Our semifinal day in Peoria comes to a close here with your Class 2A semifinal matchup. Trenton Wesleyan and U-High from Normal. And hi again, everybody. I'm Dave Bernhardt, along with Hall of Fame coach and state championship coach Mark Lindo. We come to you after 3 games today that have set the stage nearly for tomorrow's state championship battles. Earlier on here in 2A, Rock Island Allman just concluded a 2-1 come-from-behind victory over Herscher, and they will play the winner of this one. For U-High, a record of 27-10. On the other side, Wesclin, 20 wins and 17 losses. That's right. That meant they started this tournament 14-17. Both of these teams with stories behind them.
Wesclin 6th seed. They had to beat the number 3, 2, and 1 seed in succession just to get out of the regional. So who'd have thunk that would happen? They've just playing very, very good baseball on the magic carpet ride of a run through this state tournament series. And for U-High, it's been a while since they've been here, but they're back. They have a crafty left-hander on the mound ready to do battle for them, and we should have a very, very exciting and well-played baseball game here in semifinal number 2 of 2A.
Last time the U-High was here in the state finals, 1998, and they won it all. They'll have to battle the storybook team of the season, the Wesclin Warriors. They'll bat first. Here it is, the lineup for Wesclin. Michael Klein to lead it off. He's a second baseman. Brett Mamenga, the left fielder, bats second. Third place hitter is a shortstop, Alex Wilkin. Alex Quitmeyer hits in the cleanup spot, third baseman. The pitcher, Justin Grennert, son of head coach John Grennert, will do the pitching today and bat fifth. Hitting sixth, the catcher, Kyle Eversgerd. Keith Hazelhorst, the right fielder, bats seventh. Hitting eighth will be the designated hitter, Brian Meadows. And the center fielder, Chase Klein, will bat ninth. And for U-High, they will send a lefty out onto the mound, as Mark just mentioned. There you see him, Ryan Newby.
Just 5'10", 175, a senior. A very solid 5-1 record, 47 innings pitched. He's allowed just 34 hits in those 47 innings. Throws all 3 pitches, has great command of all 3. Only 27 strikeouts, so his team will have to play defense behind him. 14 walks. Newby does not beat himself. By virtue of that, we see an earned run average of 1.94. Very solid as we get ready for semifinal number 2 to call the play-by-play, the Hall of Fame voice of the Illinois High School Association, my partner, Dave Bernhardt.
Thank you very much, Mark. We get things started at a beautiful day here for baseball. Leading it off, Michael Klein, a left-handed pitch from Newby misses. It's ball 1. Well, the unlikeliest of teams, the Trenton Wesclin Warriors. To Hopper to the shortstop, Jared Hendren. Low throw dug out of there by his twin brother, Jacob Hendren, and that's how we get started. But how about Wesclin? So we said 14-17. Mark took you through their road here. They finished the regular season with a 7-14 record in their last 21 games. And all they did to get to this park, they defeated 2-time defending state champs, top 10 team to topless 3-1 in the Sauget Super Sectional. Truly a run that no one could have imagined.
And along the way, they defeated teams that had defeated them, a couple of the teams twice during the regular season. And down through the stretch, it was payback, payback, payback again.
Brett Mamenga at the plate. A look at a pitch right on the inside corner, 2 balls and a strike. Well, how unlikely was this appearance for Wesclin to be here? The first game of the regional, basically a play-in game. Head coach John Grennert said, and he told his team he had his fishing pole packed. He was ready to go fishing. The season had been going, but that's going to have to be wait a while till at least this Sunday.
Well, now he's trying to catch a bigger fish than he would have caught had they not advanced this far.
Wesclin in 2006 finished second in the state, losing to Illinois Valley Central. The count's gone full to Mamenga. Brett Mamenga, the 5'9" junior, 239 hitter, hitting out of the number 2 spot. He does have 10 doubles. Scoops this one into right field, spinning to short right field near the line. A little jump catch there by Jim Solberg.
How about Solberg being positioned very well? He was playing very short right field and toward the line. And that ball, when it came off the bat, I had not seen Solberg's position. I thought it's going to be trouble, and he was already there camped under for the easy F9.
Alex Wilkin comes to the plate with 2 outs. Hit this ball hard, right on the line to Jared Hendren. And that will retire the side. Quick inning for Ryan Newby. The Warriors from Wesclin up and down in order. It's time for the Pioneers. U-High comes to the plate in the bottom of the first. University High School from Normal, 27 wins, 10 losses. Here is their starting batting order today. Jim Solberg, the right fielder, will lead it off. Tommy Schiller is in center, batting second. Jacob Hendren, the first baseman, bats third. Twin brother Jared, the shortstop, hits in the cleanup spot. Jordan Strelo, the left fielder, bats fifth, hitting sixth. The catcher, Andy Cochran. Designated hitter today is Arian Worthman. He is batting for the pitcher, Ryan Newby. Tyler May will hit eighth. He is a second baseman, and batting ninth, Travis Auer, playing third base. And on the mound, who would you rather have there than a coach's son, Justin Grenert?
Good picture of Grenert coming right onto your screen. And Justin Grenert 4-3, but check this out. He was 1-3 in the regular season. He is 3-0 in the state playoffs on the season. 55 innings pitched, 61 hits, to be matched up with 42 strikeouts, 23 base on balls, and a 3.69 earned run average. But sorry for the cliche, as you look, have a good picture of Grenert, the coach's son. But this is the definite adage of throw out the records, because that's exactly what it is with Wesclin. Throw out the 1-3, and just talk about this young man, the king of the hill on the bump, being 3-0 in the postseason.
Jim Solberg will step in and get it started for U-High. Pioneers finished second in the state Class 2A basketball, and as their head coach Jim Collins said, they left us a little bit of room to top that. Speaking of Jim Collins, in his second year, 47 wins and 23 losses. Grenert, a converted catcher from last year. Up and in. A ball and a strike defensively for Wesclin. Brett Mamenga, Chase Klein, and Keith Hazelhorst here. Outfield from left to right. Alex Quitmeyer is a third baseman. Alex Wilkin at short. Michael Klein at second, and Blake Helms at first. Catcher Kyle Eversgerd. And that's a curveball that was just pulled away from by Solberg.
Solberg has scored 34 runs on the year, and his coach Jim Collins calls him one of the fastest I've ever seen.
He'll look to get on base here with 1-2 count. And now 2-2. Well, he's part of an outfield that is an outstanding outfield. Solberg and Wright, we saw him make that catch. Tommy Schiller, the center fielder, was the point guard on that U-High team. Then Jordan Strelo in left. Upright stance here by Solberg, and it's just outside the bag at third base.
So Justin Grenert, you mentioned the coach's son. John Grenert played at SIU Edwardsville, and he's the son of a coach. So John's father was a coach, so it's definitely in the bloodlines in the Grenert family, coaching and the love of the game of baseball.
Just getting a piece of it. Doing the job of a leadoff hitter. He's already forced Grenert to throw 5 pitches.
You mentioned Grenert, a converted catcher. So he did not have real good extension with his arm speed. They've continued to work on that at 6'3". They've tried to get him a longer arm, which get him more action and movement.
And he'll get that fastball right there. Solberg looks to strike 3. Grenert, not necessarily a strikeout pitcher. Not anybody in this staff a strikeout pitcher. As head coach John Grenert says, we don't do anything that really stands out. We try to play fundamental baseball. And it's all come together here in the postseason. Tommy Schiller, center fielder, up at the plate. Schiller, mentioned part of that second place basketball team. Unfortunately for him, in the super sectional, he suffered a high ankle sprain and really saw very, very limited action in the state finals. Too bad for him. He used the third straight Schiller brother to start at point guard for the Pioneers. It was Peter and EJ from 2006 to 2010.
Also has 2 sisters that are athletes, so very busy family athletically for the Schillers to get from this game to that game, this park to that park, this gym to that gym, but I'm sure they love it.
What a way for it to come to a close here in Peoria on the final weekend of the Class 2A season. Schiller takes it in tight. 3 balls and a strike.
He's their center fielder, and you can tell he was an outstanding point guard. Always in the middle of the action, up the middle on defense in baseball, and with the ball in his hands on the hardwood.
And he'll be on base. 1 out walk. That will bring up the Hendren twins. Jacob Hendren, the first baseman, hits in the third spot. Jacob, 6'2", 165-pound senior, a .393 batting average. It was interesting at the team dinners last night. They interview all the coaches. That pitch paints the outside corner to Jacob Hendren. And it was Eric Regis, the head coach for Herscher, that was asked, how do you tell your twins apart, Jordan Ruckman and Justin Ruckman? He says, well, I think I'm kind of getting it. And then Jim Collins stepped up and talked about his twins. He says, well, you know what? I can tell them apart. One's 6'2", one's 5'11".
Easy picking.
That's called strike 2. Jacob Hendren, 15 doubles, 4 triples, and 2 home runs.
Pretty impressive power numbers, so he can get the ball into gaps and at times over the gaps.
Headed to Heartland Community College. We'll see him pitching this weekend as well. To the shortstop, Alex Wilka takes it himself and unable to turn it the other way. So the out at second, unable to get that double play. That will bring up Jared Hendren.
Well, that was an easy setup double play to Wilkin. He gets the sure out, but by not turning the double play, you extend the inning. You give Jared Hendren a chance to get something going with 2 outs. And, you get to this level, you can't give extra outs. Now, you don't have many for sure double plays in high school baseball, but that was one that should have been rung up 6-3.
First pitch to Jared Hendren's a called strike. Jared Hendren, a .350 batting average, 36 runs batted in, 8 doubles, 5 triples, and 3 home runs. Wind blows from the left field foul pole to the right field pole here at O'Brien Field. 310 down the lines, 400 to center. Pitch inside, delay steal, and that's going to work. Jacob Hendren steals second.
Jacob Hendren, when you steal second delayed like that, that's obviously on the catcher, and he saw something in his vision, the pitcher or pitcher 2 before, by Kyle's Eversgerd, that he might have put his head down, lobbed the ball, what have you. Took advantage of that, broke to second, and comes in uncontested basically with that steal.
U-High got here by virtue of an 11-1 win over Quincy Notre Dame in the Springfield Super Sectional. That pitch misses. It's 2-1. The Clinton Sectional, after defeating Central Catholic from Bloomington, it was the big game against Olympia, and it's big rivals in Central Illinois, and the Pioneers down 3-1, scored 3 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning to take that 4-3 lead and eventually win by that score.
Anytime you make a run in the state tournament, you have to have, a game or 2 like that along the way, and that was their big one that catapulted them, into the sectional situation.
Hitters count here for Jared Hendren. First base is open. Grenard's pitch will be the second walk of the inning. Will take us to Jordan Strelo, 5'11" senior, a .287 batting average, 24 runs batted in. Strelo, the left fielder for U-High. Strelo also hits from that upright stance. Wanted to pull the trigger, couldn't do it, takes a strike.
Good breaking ball. Strelo sitting dead red on a first ball fastball, didn't get it. Good late bite on that breaking ball by Grenard.
Count evens, a ball and a strike. See the shadow starting to creep through the infield area here at O'Brien Field. We got things started today at 10 o'clock. Tomorrow morning, third place game in 1A is a 9 o'clock game. And, of course, you can catch all of these games live at IHSA.tv. Grenard struggling to find his zone.
See, Strelo, when he gets back into the batter's box, carries his hands relatively high. And when you have your hands that high, you have a tendency to drop as your first movement. So you usually want your hands a little bit lower than that, but obviously it's worked well for him.
Winner of this game to play Rock Island Alleman. Thrilling game in our previous semifinal. Lead at second, Jacob Hendren. Jared Hendren, the lead at first. Curveball, swing and a miss. Grenard gets out of it. 2 strikeouts in the inning, a couple of walks, no damage done. The end of one, we have no score here in your Class 2A semifinal. U-High fans decked out in their green and gold. Sitting not behind the third base dugout, but as close to the field as they can get, just a little bit behind home plate. Alex Quitmeyer, Justin Grenard, and Kyle Eversgerd to get things started here for Wesclin in the top of the second. And it was Quitmeyer, the big man in that win over Teutopolis. He set the tone in the Super Sectional, a 2-run homer in the first inning against the Wooden Shoes. And that's a ball game that really sent shockwaves through the state. Wesclin been making that nice run through the tournament. And everybody figured it would come to an end to the 2-time defending state champions looking to make state history. But instead it never came about. Teutopolis never could get things rolling, and they end up falling to Wesclin 3-1. Long throw across third to first. Travis Auer to Jacob Hendren, one gone.
Yeah, you know, we've been talking about it because it's the story, but you literally have 6 consecutive upsets, and each and every one by its own right more difficult than the one before. And to string those together, we all know upsets happen, but to string 6 in a row together is just an unbelievable feat that their team was able to stay together and to start to get that believability that they now obviously have.
Justin Grenard at the plate, part of the pitching staff that only has allowed 12 runs in those 6 playoff victories. It's a big cut and sends it straight back. Grenard headed to Quincy University, going to attempt to walk on there. 2006 team coached by his dad. That team finished second. Grenard, the ground ball to shortstop. And Hendren will get it across to his brother. We're talking about Justin Grenard. He was not on that team, of course. Too young for that, but he accompanied the team everywhere. No matter what they did, he was with the team. And so this is truly a dream for him to experience this at this stage.
We've seen some father-son acts in this tournament today on the first Friday of IHSA State Baseball Finals, and what a gratifying thing it is for any family to have that opportunity.
Line drive base hit on the first pitch that Kyle Eversgerd sees, and a 2-out single here in the top of the second. We'll get a courtesy runner. That will be Grant Weber that will run for the catcher, Eversgerd.
You know, Dave, how you talk to coaches, and they always sometimes tend to fudge a little bit when they talk about their team and how solid their team is, how good their team is, what their averages are, what have you, and try to, you know, do the right thing by advocating for kids. We talked to John Grenard last night. We talked to him about his team speed. And he didn't beat around the bush whatsoever. He said, we're slow, we're a bunch of turtles. So he didn't try to embellish one bit. So this is a station-to-station baseball team, to say the least.
Keith Hazelhorst, left-hand hitting right fielder at the plate. Lefty versus lefty matchup. Pitch number 1 is won by Ryan Newby. Hazelhorst, average just over 250. Again, not big numbers. You wouldn't expect that from a team that started this whole tournament run with a 14-17 record. John Grenard, though, in his 15 years, 263 wins. And that second place finish in 2006. He also took a team to the state finals in 2003. Newby, the look home, the throw to first.
Newby, your definite prototype crafty left-hander, pitches with a lot of guile, holds runners on well, pitches backwards. What I mean by that is he'll start off speed and then pound the zone with a fastball.
And he was part of a no-hitter in the Super Sectional. And how does that work? Well, Jacob Hendren started that game, had a no-hitter. Hendren did going with 1 out in the 7th inning, but he had walked 5 of the last 9 batters he faced, and no-hitter or not, Jim Collins said, you know what, I need to get you out of here. So he brings in Newby. Newby gets the final 2 outs, no-hitter, ticket to Peoria. Line drive, look out in the stands. Foul ball rifles up into the concourse.
People just tuning in. We've had some good crowds all day long. Great day for baseball. We've had some quality games played. We've had some entertaining games, and we've had a good percentage of fans that have been in and out of this ballpark supporting their own respective team.
Line drive right back at Newby. Hey, there it is as Hazelhorst is robbed. That brings the top of the 2nd inning to a close. 2-out single by Eversgerd, and that is it. To the bottom of the 2nd we go. No score. Wesclin and U-High. Welcome back to O'Brien Field in downtown Peoria. Game number 4 of a 4-day stretch here in the semifinals. In 1A earlier today, Effingham St. Anthony knocked off Alton Marquette 6-2. And that was followed by Tuscola's 10-2 victory over Lena Winslow. So it'll be St. Anthony and Tuscola for the 1A championship tomorrow. And the game prior to this one, a 2-1 game won by Rock Island Alleman, getting both of their runs to the bottom of the 6th inning, defeating Herscher. And of course, the winner of this to play Alleman for the state championship. You'll have all those ball games right here for you at IHSA.tv, as well as next week's action from Joliet, 3A and 4A action. Number 6 man in the order for U-High, Andy Cochran, the catcher. Swing and miss of that pitch inside to even the count.
Cochran just a .278 hitter on the season. His job right now is to get on base, to be a catalyst, and try to get to be their team the first one to dent the scoreboard. So he should try to get deep into the pitch count of Grennert.
Now, for those of you that have obviously followed high school baseball over the years and followed our broadcasts here on IHSA.tv, we run through some of these batting averages and some of the numbers, the RBIs, the extra base hits. The numbers definitely not as big as we've seen in the past, though Cochran gets into that one, and this will go for extra bases. Stumbles as he goes around first base, and he will cruise into second with the leadoff double.
He split the gap with that one, kept his hands back. If we get a chance to see the swing, he'll lock out his lead leg. So the swing, his weight will transfer from the backside, boom, lock out the lead leg into the front side, drove that ball to the gap. But in the meantime, they said when he did trip, you called the stumble. They call him out at first base on the appeal. And I would certainly like to have an opportunity to see that even another time, because I saw him trip like you did, Dave, but I thought he tripped over the base, not past the base.
From our angle, we're a long way away on the second level. I questioned whether he did get the base. So forget about that double, take it away. It becomes an out and mark against his batting average.
Yeah, so the put out, I guess, I don't know who gets it.
Well, the put out would have to go to the first baseman,
yeah.
Right. Whether there's any assist involved.
Exactly, none.
Well, this is our 4th game of the day. We have seen
it all.
as much as any single day that I can recall.
We've seen balks, walks, stolen bases, steal of home, squeeze bunts, miss squeeze bunts.
A play going on when time was called, or was it called? When people were arguing a play that could have scored more runs, but it didn't.
A hidden ball trick.
Hidden ball trick, right.
An appeal at first base.
You know, and if you're saying, oh, gosh, I wish I had seen all that stuff, you can. You just go to IHSA.tv, click on whatever game you want to see, follow it through, and you'll find it all.
Yeah, I don't know. Quite honestly, you and I have been around this game a long time where we've seen everything.
Arian Worthman, designated hitter, is going to hit this ball hard to right field over the head of Hazelhorst. Worthman flying around the bases. He's going to head for third. Here's the throw. Sliding triple for Arian Worthman. He hit that ball hard to right field. Worthman, the designated hitter, the 5'10 freshman.
came in to this game. Can that be right with only one base hit? He just drilled that ball, and what a great description by you. He flat out put it into overdrive. It was a joy to watch that young man run the bases.
Brings up Tyler May, the number 8 hitter in the lineup for Jim Collins. Well, Worthman, a freshman, you knew that he had not been with the team all season long, because when we get the copies of the lineup cards, the pre-printed lineup cards by U-High, they had to handwrite his name in down at the bottom. Squeeze bunt attempt, popped into the air, unable to get there is Eversgerd.
That was a prototype squeeze bunt situation. Coach Collins felt it. We felt it from up here before it happened, that you have your 8 hitter up, you got speed in the bases, you have a little bit of momentum on your side after a triple, but just not able to get the top half of the ball on that bunt attempt was Tyler May. That's what I mean by that is when you bunt a baseball, you want to bunt the top half of the ball to get the geometric angle to have the ball go down. He got underneath that and popped it up, was lucky it wasn't caught.
May will wave at and miss that off-speed pitch from Grennert. Here's a big out right here. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Infield's back. They'll give a run here early. Third baseman Quitmeyer just inside the bag. May just needs to make contact to score a run. There's the freshman Worthman.
You're right. Well, May has to have a mindset of is just stay back and just put it in play.
He will not. Grennert just ran it inside on him, and May goes down swinging. That's the 3rd strikeout by Grennert today, and that brings us to the number 9 hitter, Travis Auer, the 3rd baseman.
Quality pitch just tied him up and in, and May could not do a thing with that quality pitch.
Auer, just a .227 batter, nearly hits him. Here's one batter that you do not want to put on base. You don't want to play first and third, 2 out, and turn the lineup back to the top of the order. Off speed, called strike, 1-1. Grennert really doing a nice job of moving the ball around, changing speeds. He has had a couple of balls hit hard against him this inning, however. Ground ball up the middle, base hit, that will score a run, and U-High has taken a 1-0 lead on the 2-out RBI single by Travis Auer.
That is a great job by the 9 hitter, great piece of hitting as he just got the barrel through the hitting zone and was able to drill the ball right past Justin Grennert. You see it here, 2 outs, and he goes right back up the middle. And that is a big pick-me-up after May was not able to get the run in with 1 out and a man on third. That's what team baseball is all about. The next hitter, he does the job, picks up his teammate.
Stepping in now will be Jim Solberg, the right fielder, struck out looking. His first time up, he's the leadoff batter for U-High. The lead at first to Auer. Short lead. Grennert's pitch. Pulled hard to left field. This could go over the left fielder's head. This is off the wall. Here comes Auer running on contact. He's going to come in and score. It's an RBI double with 2 outs by Solberg and a 2-0 U-High lead.
Well, you mentioned there's been some balls that have just been squared up in this inning. And Solberg just drilled that ball, hit the base of the wall, out about 340 feet from home plate. He knew he got it all. The only question was, it going to have enough elevation to get the yard, hit the wall on the fly. Karem's back, and 2 out runs are a ball club's best friend right now. U-High with 2 on the board, and still great speed in Solberg in scoring position.
In this inning, U-High have officially gotten 3 hits, a single, double, and a triple. But you remember the first batter this inning, Andy Cochran, hit a ball hard to left center field that had he not stumbled over first base and missed it, he would have had a double. Tommy Schiller, the batter, fouls the first pitch away. Pioneers have come out swinging against Grenard here in the second inning. Two runs in here in this inning. Temperatures here that started out in the upper 40s this morning have now gotten into the upper 60s. We expect a very pleasant day here tomorrow. No threat of rain. We're under a little cloud cover right now. Wind blowing about 12 miles per hour from the left field pole to the right field pole.
Wind has been a factor in all 4 of these games today, but this inning, they fought the wind, hit some balls hard.
Runner attempting to steal a third, and he'll have it standing up. Jim Solberg got a great break when Groner made the look home. He steals third with the stand-up.
Well, you and I know baseball rules say you don't try to steal third with 2 outs, but he has so much speed, and he stole that one off. Grenard figures I might as well be 85 feet away with my leadoff rather than second base.
Schill at the plate. Chopper, shortstop, Wilkin, throw, low. Got him. Pick at first base by Blake Hilms. But not before U-High has struck for 2 runs. They both come on 2-out hits, a single by Auer, a double by Solberg. We've completed 2. It's 2-0 Pioneers over the Warriors. Key to this postseason run for Wesclin has been they have been getting on top early. And that has not happened today. They trail 2-0 as we head to the top of the third inning. Brian Meadows, the designated hitter to get things started. He'll be followed by Chase Klein and then Michael Klein. They go after the first pitch. This ball is skied to center field. It'll take a while to come down, but there's Tommy Schiller to make the catch.
Well, anytime you put 2 on the board like U-High did, both with 2 outs, you carry the momentum back onto the field. It's the pitcher's job, Ryan Newby, to throw a 0 up on the board as your team can then basically take command of the game. Yes, there's a lot of time left, but you throw a 0 up now, you've really gained the momentum. He gets the first out of the inning.
Chase Klein attempts the bunt. Great play by the catcher, Andy Cochran. He jumps out, gets his body turned, and throws a bullet to Jacob Hendren.
Great description by you, Mr. Bernhard. And what happened there, another part of that play was Cochran's ability to get out of the box cat quick. He read the top hand. He was already coming out of his crouch, and a great ability to pounce on that ball quickly, gain an angle, and throw a seed to first base.
Now Michael Klein bounced out his first time up, takes a strike. Newby looking to complete a quick inning here in the third.
Newby wants to get it and throw it. He's got right now, Klein's, I'm going to make you wait for me, try to extend this inning a little bit.
Boy, he just turns that one over and it sails away.
Watch Newby get it. Goes right back to the slab. He wants to throw right now. He wants his fix right now, pitching-wise.
Doesn't like that first sign. Here comes the 0-2. U-High 27 wins, 10 losses this season. Hard to right field. Leaping catch made by Jim Solberg. He had that sick feeling in his stomach just for a second that ball was going to continue to rise. However, it becomes a 1-2-3 inning for Newby, and the Pioneers will go to the bottom of the third. U-High batting with a 2-0 lead.
We'll see coming into your screen the ball that looks like it's going over the head of Solberg, but in the last second, he makes a nice catch to save what would have been probably a double or triple to the wall.
Well, Ryan Newby did his job, didn't he? Get you 2 runs, get back out there in the mound, slam the door in a hurry, make it a quick inning, and get us back up to the plate, and that's exactly what has happened as Jacob Hendren, Jared Hendren, and Jordan Strelo, 3, 4, 5 in the order for U-High, will come to the plate. Justin Grennert misses low.
You know, a lot of coaches talk about goals as far as win the conference, win 20 games, get to the state tournament, win a regional. A little bit different mindset by John Grennert.
Line shot at Wilkin.
Yes, he likes to win, but quoting him now, he says, our program wants to prioritize church, family, school, and then baseball. Our goal is to create good people. And what a class statement that is, and you know his team personifies that on a daily basis.
You know, and that direction leads to success in many different areas.
Well, yeah, when you're disciplined off the field, you'll be disciplined on the field and vice versa.
Jared Hendren walked his first time up today. That was in the first inning. Stands tall in the box. Shortstop for U-High.
You know, Dave, it's well known that there could be tons of big league ball players out there that didn't have the self-discipline, tons of college ball players. There's tons of high school age young men or young women that don't have the discipline to be athletes like these people have here.
Jared Hendren finds the hole underneath the glove of Michael Klein into center field. A one-out single becomes the fourth hit of the day for U-High. Jordan Strelo looks down to third base coach's box where his coach Jim Collins flashes the signs.
Jared Hendren on first is a definite threat to run. One of 3 or 4 guys that they have a green light to.
Grennert, curveball in the inside corner. Over at first base, Jared Hendren has interesting footwork to get started with his leadoff.
Yeah, we'll see his lead. Watch him drop his right foot. And you'd have a drop step that allows him that extra split millisecond, if you will, to open his hips to get to second base on a steal attempt.
It's also somewhat hard to see with the grass in the way, but he has his toes pointed a little bit. So his stance is slightly open, his toes pointed a little bit to second base as well.
That definitely aids a steal situation, but it prohibits you from getting back as cleanly as you'd want to on a throw over.
Grennert has tried to stay on the hands of several of these hitters. He's been hit pretty hard when he leaves that ball out over the plate. Justin Grennert, a 4-year varsity starter for his father. There goes Hendren. Pitches a strike. Nowhere near in time. The stolen base goes to Jared Hendren. Two to nothing lead for the Pioneers, looking for more here with one gone in the third. Jordan Strelo at the plate, struck out his first time up. He'll be followed by Andy Cochran. Left fielder Brett Mamenga playing fairly deep. Center fielder Chase Klein straight away. Right fielder Keith Hazelhorst playing quite shallow. And that's off the glove of the catcher Eversgerd on a swing and miss on strike 3, and a pass ball to Eversgerd allows not only Strelo to get to first, but allows Hendren to head to third.
U-High with a chance to take advantage of that situation, a strikeout, if you will, but the drop third allows Strelo to get to first, set up a first and third situation. It was a breaking ball that didn't have a lot of bite to it. It appeared that maybe Eversgerd thought, was anticipating the ball breaking down away from him, kind of stayed on the same plane, and he was looking for the ball to go down and away a little bit more.
Strelo a short lead at first. Jared Hendren will walk off the lead at third. The plate is Andy Cochran looking to make amends for when he missed first base on a hard hit, what at the time appeared to be a double. And that's a sick feeling, right? You're standing on second base feeling pretty good about yourself. Maybe you missed first base. You just think, oh, don't throw it over there. Don't throw it over. There goes the runner. Throw down to third base. Hendren ready for it back easily. Stolen base to second by Strelo. Now 2 runners in scoring position for Cochran. No balls and 2 strikes to Cochran. And here comes the infield. They'll play in tight with 1 out. The bottom of the 3rd inning, trailing 2-0. Now they'll back up the second baseman, Michael Klein, a little bit. Here's a ground ball at shortstop. Hendren holds. Now they'll run at him. And now a rundown. Hendren tagged out at home. So the defense executes. Hendren tagged out at home. Strelo will end up at third. Cochran gets all the way around to second base on a fielder's choice.
So what happened there, just to kind of review things, Strelo obviously thought contact play was on. Hendren did not have that same feeling. So the communication lines broke down between the runner at third, runner at second, and the coach Collins in that situation. He knows what he called. In the meantime, good opportunity by Hendren to stay in a rundown, allowing both runners to advance, and basically you have the same situation as you had before, second and third. Now, the young Frosch, who got things going in the scoring column, has a chance to pick up 2 huge runs.
Zach Zook is going out to be the courtesy runner for Andy Cochran at second base. Big cut for Worthman. It's going to get through. That will score 1. It will score 2. And it is a 4-0 lead. How about Arian Worthman, the freshman? A triple and then a 2-out, 2-run RBI single.
You know what I like about that is he went up there. He knew he was in an RBI situation. Great picture of him right there. He just hits that ball out in front of the plate. He lets it get to him, then he gets the ball out in front of the plate and chops it right back, and then picks up 2 RBIs, of which he had 2 coming into this game. He's doubled that, as well as picking up his second hit. So far, offensively, the player of the game for U-High.
Worthman will take the lead at first for Tyler May at the plate. 2 runs in each of these last 2 innings for the Pioneers, and all 4 of the runs have come with 2 outs.
Yeah, that's good baseball. That's winning baseball. Auer and Solberg had 2-out hits, and now Worthman with 2-out hits.
There goes Worthman, got a great jump. Eversgerd would have never had a chance. 3rd stolen base of the inning for U-High. Pioneer state champions in 1998. That's their last appearance. Also finished second in 79, third in 96.
See Coach Collins exhorting his hitter right here to pick it up. And Tyler May, it also just reminded his base runner Worthman to get a deeper leadoff, not more off the base, but deeper, so that he has a good angle to make a turn on a base hit that he could score easily on.
Ball and 2 strikes now to May.
If May gets a base hit, Worthman, there'll be no play at him. Outfield playing relatively deep here for May, the 8-hitter.
Sophomore wiggles that bat. Lofts it in the air to left field. Mamenga got a good look at it. He'll come in and make the catch, but once again, 2 runs with 2 outs. They came on 2 hits, the second of which Arian Worthman's 2-run single, and at the end of 3 is the Pioneers, University High School and Normal, leading Trenton Wesclin 4-0. Pretty happy fans there on the U-High side. You look at that scoreboard just as you are and see that 4-0 lead. Brett Mamenga to lead things off here for Wesclin in the top of the 4th inning. He becomes just the 11th batter to bat here in this game for Wesclin, who's been retired in order in 2 separate innings by Newby, but it's not going to happen here. That ball is rifled right past the leg of Ryan Newby.
Mamenga right there had taken strike 1 on a curveball that probably tipped about 68 on a radar gun and let it go, and then Newby tries to sneak a fastball by him. He cannot throw the fastball by hitters, just not enough velocity. When he misses, you can be wild, and you can be wild in the zone. That one on an 0-1 pitch was center cut right down the middle, and Mamenga went ahead and hit a mistake.
And a balk. It's the third balk we've actually seen today. This one committed by Newby. Mamenga down to second base.
What Newby has to do right now is not be concerned at all about the balk, about the ruling, about the runner. He just needs to be concerned about this hitter, this pitch, this at bat. With that 4-run lead, he's got to keep his mindset and his total focus on the hitter.
First base umpire Dave Hazley gave the explanation. Looked like he said that Newby's right knee flinched just a little bit. Alex Wilkin at the plate. Wilkin lined out to short his first time up. That was back in the first inning. Wilkin has driven in 23 runs this year thanks to a .340 batting average. Waves at and misses that pitch from Newby.
Wilkin's got some prowess on the hardwood, going to play collegiate basketball at Lindenwood.
In fact, he and Justin Grennert, wiffle ball players from a long time back. Played a lot of wiffle ball, and he's going to line out to shortstop again. Nearly a double play at second as Wilkin just kind of flips his bat away in disgust. He has lined out hard that way to Jared Hendren 2 times now.
Speaking of the hardwood, as we see the replay, bullet right at the shortstop. Hendren has the presence of mind to go for the double play, but reading the line drive well was Mamenga.
Alex Quitmeyer comes to the plate. And advancing to third base will be Mamenga on a pitch that got away from Newby.
You're talking about the hardwood, who arguably, trivia question, is the most famous basketball alum of Wesclin?
You're posing this question to me?
I am, or any other viewers out there.
Okay, because I have the answer.
Okay, you know it.
Yes, but okay. I don't want to, just because it's written down here. I don't. Go ahead, let everybody know.
Well, let's let them chop it a bit. How many people are on their computers right now? And
yeah, you better hurry. Well, they're on their computers because they're watching us on IHSA.tv, so we're making it really easy for them.
We'll give Dave Bernhardt's cell phone number. You can text him with the winning answer.
Oops, just fell out the window.
And he'll come up with a cash prize, right, Dave?
Wow.
The name is Paul Lusk, who went on and played at Southern Illinois, coached at Southern Illinois with Bruce Weber, coached at Purdue with Matt Painter, now the head coach at Missouri State in the Missouri Valley Conference. Paul Lusk from Trenton, Wesclin.
I love it when small town guys, it's somewhat what we were saying before, you'll be found. They will find you. You will work your way. I like it when small town guys break it big like that. Just off the end of the bat for Quitmeyer.
Well, as you know from your notes, another alum, Brent Brady from Wesclin, was a draftee by the Minnesota Twins, played in the show with the Twins and the Diamondbacks.
2-2 pitch, misses outside. Here's a big pitch coming up right now for Newby. 3 balls, 2 strikes, runner at third with 1 out. His team's on top, 4-0, but you start playing first and third, bring Justin Grennert up to the plate. Things can get interesting. Here's a full count pitch, and he gets the strikeout right when he needed it. His first strikeout of the day sends Quitmeyer back to the bench with 2 outs. Justin Grennert comes to the plate.
That was the left-handed fastball that tailed away from the right-handed hitter. That ball started out on the corner and ran off the edge. Great pitcher of Newby, does a good job, goes to the windup, checks the runner as you just saw.
Now Justin Grennert, who bounced out to the shortstop his first time up.
If you're going to pitch from the wind, you always got to take a quick glance at the runner.
Mamenga the lead at third. Grennert, see the count even up on him with a ball and a strike. Down to third, tough play off the glove of the third baseman, Auer. That will be an error on Auer, and it will allow Mamenga to come in and score.
This ball was hit hard. Grennert got his hands through the zone, got the barrel through the zone, but it was right at Auer. See the swing of a fastball that he went, or curveball that he went down and got, and the ball just short hopped the third baseman Travis Auer, who was not able to corral it. You hit the ball hard, good things happen.
Now Jim Collins walks out of the dugout. He'll send some action down to his bullpen down the left field line. He'll send Dylan Farney down there, a junior. But a run on the board here for Wesclin. They've cut the lead to 4-1.
Farney 4-3 with a 2.58 earned run average. And this meeting on the mound is twofold. One, trying to settle down Newby and his team, and two, buy some time for his relief pitcher to get ready in a hurry.
This inning started with Brett Mamenga rifling a base hit right past the leg of Newby. Wilkin hit the ball hard. Grenner put a good swing on one. Well, every run we've had scored in this game, all 5 of them have come with 2 outs. Remember, the balk plays into this as well. The wild pitch. Advance Mamenga to third. Now, Kyle Eversgood. He has a hit in this ball game, one of 2 hits. The other one, as we said, by Mamenga to start this inning. Eversgood, a .271 hitter, the 6'2", 190-pound sophomore catcher for the Warriors. Short lead at first by Chase Hazelhorst. He's the courtesy runner for Grenard, and that ball will get away from Cochran. And another wild pitch will send Hazelhorst to position with 2 outs.
Wesclin with a chance to half this lead with another 2-out base hit.
Outfield playing Eversgood straight away. Fly ball right field. Solberg eyes it, looks into the sun, and makes the catch to close the inning. But a run crosses the plate. It's an unearned run. It comes on 1 hit. There was 1 error. There is 1 left. Halfway through your 2A semifinal. Wesclin on the board, but they trail it by 3. U-High 4, Wesclin 1. O'Brien Field, the home of the Class A Peoria Chiefs. They are the Midwest League Farm Club of the Chicago Cubs. And you see retired numbers. Wally Joyner, number 6, Mark Grace, Greg Maddox, Ryan Sandberg atop the scoreboard here in right center field. Chiefs today playing in Burlington, Iowa. In fact, it was interesting as the leadoff hitter Travis Auer starts this in the bottom of the 4th for U-High. Interesting that, you know, the glamorous world of Class A baseball, Burlington, enough of a drive, short enough that Chiefs are commuting from Peoria. They got home last night at about midnight. They left this afternoon to get right on back to Burlington.
You're a long way from the show when you're in Class A, but as we mentioned, the flags show that there's been some people come through here that have gone on and had great stellar careers, and you have to start somewhere, as they say.
To the top of the order, and Jim Solberg, he doubled, drove in a run in the 2nd inning. Puts the bunt down. Quitmeyer has to hurry. Oh, nice play. The ball comes out of the glove of Blake Hilms, and they'll say that he is safe over at first base. Boy, that was a nice play from Quitmeyer to get the ball over there. Here's a look at it. Boy, he's really fast.
You see him run through that, and just not able to finish the play was Hilms. Solid bunt, pretty difficult play to execute defensively. Good angle of the bat.
Tommy Schiller will come to the plate. Walked and grounded out. Good speed at first. Schiller will take first pitch for a ball. That last play would be an error on the first baseman. Blake Hilms. First error of the game. Charge 2. Wesclin.
Grenert with the throw over. Leaning a little bit, looking like he might be running with Solberg.
Back easily, even on the dive. He gets right off of there again.
Solberg's been about 1-3, 1-3-5 on a stopwatch to home. That's way too slow a leg to give your catcher a chance.
There goes Solberg. Good jump. The throw. Not in time. Yet another stolen base. For the Pioneers, Solberg has 2. And 6 stolen bases for the game for U-High.
And that's their aggressive style of play, and they know right now that Grenert is not real quick to home plate with his lead leg.
He'll look at second to Solberg. Schiller tries to squeeze it up the middle. Wilkin, nice play to get him. Advancing to third is Solberg. That will leave it up to Jacob Hendren.
Takes that ball back up the middle, but showing nice range is Wilkin. Does a great job keeping his glove down, squaring off his back foot, and then throwing. Good range up the middle to save a run.
Left-handed hitting Jacob Hendren. He's gone to the shortstop twice, once on a fielder's choice and once on a line drive. Hendren looks to drive in his 29th run of the year. In each of the first 3 innings, 6 batters came to the plate against Justin Grenert.
Curveball, curveball. You have an RBI situation with a 3-hitter. If you choose not to, there's not a need to give in and throw a fastball down the middle.
He did not. Stayed outside, 3-0. Twin brother Jared Hendren on deck. He's singled this evening.
I believe on 3-0 right now. Jacob Hendren has the green light to hit a fastball.
He'll look at one outside. That is the 3rd walk of the game for Grenert. Puts runners first and third. U-High trying to get the run back that they allowed in the top half of this 4th inning. Hendren the lead at first. Hendren steps into the batter's box. Jacob and Jared. Short lead at third for Solberg. Don't know that there's much of a sign here for the hitter, Jared Hendren, other than do what you've done all year, drive in runs. He's driven in 36. And 2-0. Boy, if Jared Hendren wants to dig in, this would be the pitch to do it.
It certainly would. He's going to have to sit dead red on a fastball and challenge Grenert one-on-one right here. Try to turn his fastball around.
Didn't like it. Still in a hitter's count.
Well, Grenert went with a breaking ball on 2-0. Good job by him having command and throwing it over. Good job by Hendren letting it go because that's not the pitch he was looking for.
Here's the pitch. It's 3-1. Jordan Strelo waits on deck.
Off on this pitch will be Jacob Hendren. Yes, I know it's 3-1, not 3-2, but you're definitely in a run and hit situation right now that you think it's either going to be ball 4 or that your brother's going to put the ball in play here.
He stays, and it is ball 4. Back-to-back walks of the Hendren brothers by Justin Grenert. And with 2 outs, Jordan Strelo, he has struck out twice. However, the last time he reached on a drop third strike and eventually scored. And Arian Worthman drove home a couple of runs.
Every baseball game that's a competitive score has 2 or 3 key situations in it. This is a key situation right now. Insofar as 4-1, you have yourself a ball game. If you get another 2-out hit from U-High, which they've had 4 runs, 2-out hits tonight, you would basically be able to break this game open. So key time in the baseball game coming at you right now.
See number 24, that's John Grennert, the head coach. He's a star pitcher at SIU Edwardsville, also pitching the minors. And how about this? Grennert has a signed cap of his in the Hall of Fame, Baseball Hall of Fame in Cooperstown. Now, how did that come about? Well, he was the winning pitcher for the Salt Lake Trappers when they won a baseball record, professional baseball record of 28 games in a row. He was a winning pitcher in that ball game. He signs his cap. It's in Cooperstown. The Trappers eventually won 29 in a row. But John Grennert, he won't bring it up unless you say something to him. But how about that? That's something they can't take away from you,
yeah.
Right?
Hall of Fame cap. That's pretty awesome. Professional baseball. Been around the game, been a great ambassador for the game. There's a ball in the field of play. Even though it's in foul territory, it is within play.
Not sure where that ball would have just appeared from just now. Down in that left field corner, the Rock Island Alleman Pioneers doing some, well, from the looks of it, casual scouting. The players who have already punched a ticket into the state championship game tomorrow, just kind of lounging about out there. There you get a glance at them. Little check swing, it's a foul ball.
Yeah, scouting. Coaches working, charting every single pitch, every situation. Players just chilling. No doubt about that. They just want to know where dinner's at tonight. That's all they care about right now.
U-High looking to make it an all Pioneers final in Class 2A. All 8 teams here this weekend, new to the tournament from last year. No repeats. Ground ball up the middle. It is through for Strelo. Solberg scores. Jacob Hendren scores. Advancing to second base is Strelo. And a 2-out, 2-run single. Every run in this game has been scored with 2 outs. And the Pioneers have gone 2-2-2 with runs scored the last 3 innings.
2-out base hits. They have done a great job. Auer has done it. Solberg has done it. Worthman has done it. And now Strelo has done it. 2-out base hits have catapulted this team to a 6-1 lead. That is winning baseball when you can pick up runs with 2 outs and not strand runners. They have a chance to get 2 more in scoring position now and completely blow this one open.
Andy Cochran at the plate. Waves at that pitch from Grennert. Strelo advances second base on an error on the center fielder Chase Klein in his play after the base hit. Cochran today has hit the ball hard. He scored a run in the 3rd inning and had what was an apparent double in an earlier at bat. I say apparent because if you've just joined us, Cochran rifled a ball to left center field, stumbled around first base, actually missed the first base bag. It was appealed by Wesclin, and he was called out at first base as he was standing on second base. Grennert from the full windup. Cochran with a swing and a miss. Strikeout comes a little bit late for Grennert because once again, U-High plates 2. They do it by way of just 1 hit. There were 2 errors and a couple of walks, but Jordan Strelo has given his team a 6-1 lead at the end of 4. They have flipped the switch here at O'Brien Field. The light's starting to come on just a little bit past 7 o'clock here as we head to the top of the 5th inning. Dave Bernhardt along with Mark Lindo. They have completed play today in East Peoria in the softball state finals. In Class 2A, Nashville knocked off St. Joe Ogden 5-2, and Williamsville, who trailed 5-0 to Sherrard at one point, came back to defeat Sherrard 8-5. Earlier today in softball, Seymour defeated Tuscola 1-0 on a walk-off home run. Goreville, a 1-0 shutout victory over Milledgeville. So a lot of action here in the Peoria area.
Hazelhurst right now leading off. 0 for 1 on the evening. His only job right now is to get on base. They need something good to happen. They need to start to create some things, whether it be get hit by a pitch, on an error, a bunt, and single, whatever it is. They have to start to do whatever it takes just to create base runners.
And that's going to do it. Inside the right field line, Hazelhorst will have a double, maybe more. And it will be a stand-up double to lead it off here in the 5th.
He just top-handed that ball and buggy whipped it into the right field corner. Run down by Solberg, who got it in quickly. Solberg with a pretty good throwing arm and a smart decision by Hazelhorst, who basically didn't need to take any chances at all chasing 5 runs.
Brian Meadows will come to the plate. He's a number 8 batter in the lineup for John Grennert. He's batting for the first baseman, Blake Hilms. 6 runs, 6 hits, and an error for U-High. 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 errors for Wesclin, as Jim Collins will come out of the dugout. He's had a little bit of action down in the left field bullpen. Let's see if he's looking down there a long time, and well, he hasn't given the official. I guess he has. And that will be it for Ryan Newby. Newby rock solid through the first 3 innings. And he will leave. Dylan Farney will take his place.
We'll take a look at Farney, the 6'3", 160-pound, 17-year-old junior. This will be his 10th appearance on the season. He comes in with a 1-loss record of 4-3. Nowhere on this stat sheet does it show saves, but he is in a save situation right now. Innings pitched 38. He's given up 44 hits, so people have moved the baseball against him. Just 7 walks in those 38 innings, so he's been efficient, does not beat himself. 20 strikeouts against that 7 base on ball, so a good ratio, almost 3-1 there. An earned run average of 2.58 as he enters this ball game, trying to hold a 6-1 lead and a would-be victory for a very solid start by Ryan Newby.
You know, if you're University high school baseball fans, and of course you follow the brackets and hope that you can get here to Peoria, you saw Teutopolis standing in your way, the 2-time defending champs here in 2A, and your thought would be, gosh, if we can get there, we'll likely play the wooden shoes. And then all of a sudden you see this Wesclin team, and they win this game, then they win this game, and you think, well, they can't beat Teutopolis, and yet they do. So now the thought that creeps into your head is this season that magical, even up by 5 runs, that something crazy could happen right here? Well, Farney's on the hill here to make sure it doesn't.
Well, the magic carpet ride that Wesclin has gone through the last 2 weeks has been incredible, well documented, and right now, even though they're chasing 5 runs, they don't think they're out of this. You know, they've had so much magic go on with them over these 2 weeks. I tell you what, you get a leadoff double, you get a base hit, all of a sudden you get your crowd involved. Say, hey, been there and done that the last week through the tournament trail, and you can change around the entire complexion of this game.
Isn't that something you just mentioned, 2 weeks? It's been just a little over 2 weeks since this entire Class 2A tournament started, and how small of a time frame that is compared to the off season, the weight training, the practices that start the end of February, and then of course through a schedule of 25 to 30 to 35 games, how many you can get in. This ball is hit pretty hard to right field. Nope, actually dropping quickly, and I think it fooled the right fielder as well. That's going to be a single for the hitter that drops in there, and I think the right fielder, Jim Solberg, was fooled by the big swing, as was I.
Yeah, big swing. And again, we've mentioned it throughout the strange sound off that bat, you know, and the ball just kind of died in right field. Solberg right now battling a sun field. Light starting to take effect a little bit, but the infield completely in shade, so it's artificial lighting there. In the outfield, you're battling both the sun and the oncoming lights at the same time.
That base hit, by the way, was from Alec Jones, a pinch hitter, and there's a line drive single by Chase Klein. A run scores, and how about that? You said get something going, and indeed that's what Wesclin has done. Double, single, single with their 7, 8, 9 men in the order.
So right now, chasing 6-2, but you have to say it right now, Wesclin, they're the aggressors in this particular inning. They're going up, a hacking and a slashing, and the believability is back. If it was ever gone, I don't think so.
Michael Klein, a leadoff hitter, up. He wants to put a bunt down. This could work. They ring him up at first base. Wow.
That was a bang-banger. There's no doubt about it. What a well-executed drag bunt. He's going for a hit there, as you mentioned earlier. It still moves runners along, and a base hit there between six. They're within 6-4. But a bang play at first base, and the call goes in the favor of Uhi on that particular decision.
So rather than the bases loaded and nobody out, second and third with one out for Brett Mamenga. He had a single his last time up. That came against Ryan Newby. Boy, imagine the feeling in that Wesclin dugout had that call gone their way. It's a 6-2 lead for Uhi. There's a called strike. It's 0-2 to Mamenga.
And that was a borderline pitch. Ball strike one went in the favor of Uhi. Chasing 0-2, much more difficult for the hitter right now.
To the shortstop. Bounces up. Hendren has it. Throws. And he's out again at first. Two close plays over there, but a run scores, an RBI ground out by Brett Mamenga. Coming in to score was Alec Jones. Advancing to third, Chase Klein. It's 6-3.
Wesclin basically has one more to get. That is indeed that man on third. If they get him in, we do have a brand new ball game.
Alex Wook at the plate. He is lined out hard to the shortstop his first two plate appearances. A good recovery by Jared Hendren to get that ball across quickly from his shortstop position to just nip Brett Mamenga. Here's Wilkin. That will just miss.
A lot of pressure on Cochran right now to block any breaking ball in the dirt. He has not worked much with Farney today, of course. He's coming into the game.
Do you get a piece of it? Two strikes on Wilkin. Farney's pitch.
Farney more of a fastball pitcher than Newby, who was more of a crafty off-speed guy. So Wesclin hitters have to adjust and dial it up just a bit more.
Klein will take a short lead at third. Wilkin will take inside. Ball four. Runners on the corners with two outs. To the cleanup hitter, Alex Quitmeyer.
Uhi with another pitcher warming up in the pen. Number 10, John Ashley down the left field line. So they might have to go into their depth of their pitching staff here today to be able to try to close this one off.
Now Alex Quitmeyer, a ground out and a strikeout. He had a two-run homer against Toutopoulos. Quitmeyer, .315 batting average. Hits it high into center field. Tommy Schiller there, and that will close out the inning. However, Wesclin will get two runs, two big runs. They do it by way of three hits, no errors, and two men left. To the bottom of the fifth in a 6-3 game, advantage Uhi. Had a lot of scoring here in the last few innings. For Uhi tonight, 2 runs in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth. Wesclin has come back, 1 in the fourth, 2 in the fifth. It's a 6-3 ball game. The bottom of number 5, Arian Worthman, to lead things off. What a night this freshman's had. A triple and a run scored, and his last time up had a 2-run single to stretch the lead at that time to 4-0.
Good-looking young hitter. Carries his hands high, uses good weight shift into his swing. Very disciplined, takes a breaking ball off the edge, not getting too anxious, even though he's already 2 for 2.
Now Justin Grenard has been touched for 6 hits, 6 runs. He needs a quick inning here to get his team back up to the plate for Wesclin. See how he looks to play it here with Worthman on a 1-2 count. They're going to go outside on him. Did he get outside enough? Hits this ball hard to right field. Staggering underneath it and making the catch in what became fairly deep right center field is Keith Hazelhorst.
Hazelhorst got a good jump on that ball. It was driven to the right center field gap. Wind helped to come back to him just a little bit, but good drop step. He went to the point where he knew the ball was coming, did not drift. Very, very fine catch by the right fielder, Keith Hazelhorst.
Tyler May will step up to the plate, a strikeout and a flyout for May. In the inside corner for a strike. Kick from Grenard. Remember, coming up tomorrow, we'll get things started 9 o'clock in the morning. That will be your breakfast time for our third place game in Class 1A. To the left side, off the chest of Quitmeyer, picks it up, time, gets him at first. That's what a third baseman's supposed to do. Knock it down, pick it up, throw him out. Our third place game tomorrow in Class 1A will match Alton Marquette against Lena Winslow. That will be followed by our 1A state championship game, Effingham St. Anthony against Tuscola. And then we'll continue action at 3 o'clock. Herscher will take on the loser of the game you're watching right now in the championship game. To follow, Rock Island Allman already has their spot reserved in that particular ball game against this game's winner. Travis Auer will go to the left side. Tough play here for Wilkin. He'll not have a play. Infield single and with 2 outs from Travis Auer.
Once the shortstop Wilkin chose not to backhand that ball, he got around it, but when he caught it with both feet forward, there was no chance he would be able to have the time, set his feet and throw. Good job getting the ball. Good decision not to waste a throw that would have gone for naught and only could have caused trouble had he thrown it away.
We're going to get a pinch runner at first base for Auer, and this will be a true pinch runner. Once again, Zach Zook will come on to do the pinch running. So Auer, the third baseman, will come out. We would expect to see him re-enter defensively in the top of the 6th inning. Home plate umpire Bob Facker will make all those notes on his lineup cards. And stepping to the plate will be Jim Solberg. He'll come there for the 4th time in this game and 4 bats in 5 innings. Struck out, doubled in a run, reached on an error and scored. That's what Solberg has done today. Pretty good work here for your leadoff hitter. Wilkin can't get it underneath his glove. Base hit for Solberg, his 2nd hit of the game, the 2nd hit of the inning. And with 2 outs, UI has something cooking again.
And can they score more 2-out runs? 2, 2, and 2 in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. As Solberg's been on base 3 of the 4 times, just laces that ball right up the middle. Eludes the diving Wilkin into center field.
Tommy Schiller looking for his first hit, walked, and 2 ground outs to the shortstop. Turns inside on an inside pitch.
Count goes to the favor of Schiller, who right now gets to sit again on a fastball. If Grenard drops in a breaking ball, he ought to take it and go to work from there.
Schiller puts a pretty good charge into this one. Deep left center field, a catch made by Chase Klein. So the first time in 4 innings, U-High does not score. They do put 2 runners on base, and we will go to the 6th in a 6-3 game here in your 2A semifinal. Justin Grenner to lead things off here for Trenton Wesclin here in the top of the 6th inning. Wesclin nudged their way back into this one, scoring twice last inning to cut it to a 6-3 lead for U-High. Grenner today is grounded out to short and reached on an error. In the season, Grenner, .413 batting average, 17 doubles. Leads his team by a wide margin.
Definitely exhibits gap power, the ability to drive the ball into the alleys.
Center fielder Tommy Schiller playing quite shallow if Grenner can get a hold of one. On the mound, Dylan Farney. Ball hit to right field. Right at Solberg, makes that reaching catch, 1 out. That'll bring up Kyle Eversgerd. He has one of the 5 hits for Wesclin today. 3 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors for the Warriors. Pioneers 6-8-1.
The importance of the first out of the inning as scoring odds decrease for the offense when the first out is made.
Are you an out counter?
I am.
Are you?
Yeah.
I never could.
No, I
did not like it. I mean, right now you'd be saying if you're in the U-High dugout, 5 outs.
Yeah, got to do it. That's the way I play the game and can approach the game. So different philosophies on that, but yes, that's what I've been.
See, I never really could buy into that because I'm thinking, you know what? If we just played continuously, the number of outs left matter. To me, they're 2 outs. I need 2 more outs this inning. Then I'll worry about next inning when it comes. Big swing and a miss from Eversgerd, and that's a quick at bat for Kyle Eversgerd as Dylan Farney gets him in a hurry.
Farney looks much more comfortable. I know he was able to get out of the last inning, but he looks much more comfortable on the mound right now. Not coming in under duress when he was like he did last inning.
Hazelhorst. Anybody can get this one, and it is caught by Auer.
Snow cone. Get your snow cone here.
That is a quick top half of the 6th inning for Dylan Farney. Up and down in order to the bottom of the 6th in a 6-3 lead.
I got it. No, I don't. Yes, I do.
And a little bit of a smile. You get a good look here into the Wesclin dugout. John Grennert, the 15th year head coach at Wesclin, looks on. He looks at his son on the mound, who needs a quick inning just like U-High got in the top half. But Justin Grennert will have to face 3, 4, 5, a couple of Hendrens, and then Jordan Strelo. Jacob Hendren, Jared Hendren. Jacob Hendren, man at the plate, looking for his first hit of the day. That one's fouled away. Down the left field line in foul territory in the grassy hill here. You mentioned the Rock Island Alderman players kind of hanging out. Well, now they've come to amuse themselves, doing some bat tricks. Well, one of the people out there is awfully good. The pitch is outside.
Got some twirling skills. Talk about handling the bat? Well, that's what they're doing down the left field line.
A color guard member, maybe? Twirling his rifle. Well, that's one of those situations you mentioned earlier. Now, the team hotel for all the teams here are only about 3-4 blocks away. And you could say, well, fellas, let's just go back to the hotel. But as you said earlier, coaches are out here scouting, and I just have a feeling they don't want to allow 20 players back at the hotel with maybe just a couple of adults to do some supervision.
Right, no doubt about that. They want the one thing coaches guard against in the state tournament is too much dead time. You know, you're here 24 hours per day and only in the ballpark like 3. That's too much dead time for high school.
The ball was hit hard and deep by Jacob Hendren. Good job. Chase Klein just flat out ran that ball down.
Ball into the left center field gap. And Klein's been superlative out there today. We've seen some good center field play all day. Look at the stride. And again, for young outfielders, you don't try to glide to the ball. You go to the spot where the ball is going to be. His first 4 or 5 steps that you just saw were to the point the ball would land. Then he got himself around the baseball and made a nice catch.
Jared Hendren at the plate. He is officially 1 for 1 today, a single and a pair of walks. Cleanup hitter for U-High. We said the Pioneers 27 wins, 10 losses. Wesclin 20 wins and 17 losses. They had to play 3 games in a regional. Most teams played just 2. They beat the top 3 seeds, 1, 2, and 3. Wesclin, the number 6 seed in their regional. They started the playoffs. They 14 and 17 record. Line drive softly hit as it just sunk right into the glove of Michael Klein. He was waiting for that to come a little bit harder, to just kind of died on him. So 2 quick outs here in the 6th.
Not much giddy up on this soft line drive, and pretty easy catch that was made look tough because you had the ball coming off the bat. Not sure exactly how quickly it was going to get there.
Now Jordan Strelo steps in, and he ropes this one to left field for a 2-out base hit. Strelo, his 2nd hit of the game. His previous one, possibly the biggest hit of the game with the score sitting the way it is. It was a 2-out, 2-run single in the 4th inning. And at the time, gave his team a 6-1 lead. Every one of U-High's runs today have been driven in, have been scored with 2 outs.
4 different people with RBIs on the board.
Cochran fouls it right through his own on-deck circle. That's kind of tough to do. Made Worthman jump to get out of the way. Andy Cochran at the plate there. It's Arian Worthman. Boy, what a day for the freshman. A triple, a 2-run single with 2 outs, and then a deep fly ball to right center field. The ball gets loose. Tracked down by head coach Jim Collins for the Pioneers. He'll toss it into the stands. Strelo the lead at first. He's running. This pitch is fouled off.
Good jump. Strelo would have had that base stolen.
You just look for that extra run. Jim Collins be thrilled to just pick up 1 here to get his man in scoring position. Decent sized lead for Strelo. He stays. Cochran was not going after that one. It was up and out of the zone.
Selection was up and out, as you mentioned. That was to get the catcher a chance to get out of his crouch and throw a ball. Now you might be guessing curveball, and I would think along the same lines that Strelo will be running on this pitch.
For that reason, Grenner drives him back. A little bit of a flinch there by Strelo at first base on that move by Grennert.
Grennert has not utilized the slide step or the quick foot to home yet today.
There he goes. Eversgerd unable to handle it. Strelo would have had that one stolen. Good quick first step. That's the 7th stolen base of the day for the Pioneers from U-High. Now Andy Cochran a chance for a 2-out RBI. One got away from Grenner. Well, tough situation here. You've got Cochran to play with a 3-2 count. You look on deck, and there's Arian Worthman. You don't necessarily want to face him, even with first base open. Here you say, well, I can't give Cochran too much to hit here. Big hole in the right side of the infield. But it will be ball 4.
Rennert's pitch count starting to climb. They have no one in the pen, so they have to bring somebody off the field if they're going to make a pitching change. And I don't believe they've had anybody warm up in between innings.
Brad Dooley will come in to be the courtesy runner for Andy Cochran. Dooley, along with Tommy Schiller, the 2 members of the second place state basketball team for U-High. That's a pretty good season, isn't it? Go back-to-back seasons playing in the state finals.
Yeah, not too many people get that opportunity to play in the stage that they've played on in March in Peoria and June in Peoria. Not too bad.
It was second place for the basketball team. They lost 53-47 to Breeze Central. So Justin Gronert will stay in the ball game. That may have been more of the, here's how we're going to pitch to this young man that came into the game with just 8 at-bats. Worthman stands well off the plate.
Outfield playing very deep. That's in respect to the way he's driven the ball on 2 different occasions. Again, 2 hits, 2 for 3, but he's hit gaps 2 different times.
There's a good pitch from Grenard. Worthman, 5'10", 190 pounds. He hangs tough on that inside pitch. Pitch number 111 for Grenard.
And we mentioned it was starting to climb. He may have almost reached the mountaintop as far as his pitch count. I think he's got a job to get one more hitter. Can he get it done?
Worthman checks it up. He eyeballed it all the way in. They'll ask at first base, and indeed he did hold up.
So now a favorable count for the freshman. He got to be excited about what he's expecting to hit right here. Expecting to get a straight one.
He did. He looked at it.
That was locational. Inside corner down at the knees. So Grenard put it, even though it was a fastball, it was about the location that tied him up on the inner part.
That stays inside with the 3-2 count. Strelo at second, Dooley at first. They'll be running.
3-2 count, advantage back to the hitter on this 3-2 pitch.
Here's a 3-2. And that becomes the 6th walk of this game for Grenard and loads the bases. Everything has happened here this inning with 2 outs.
Great plate discipline for any hitter, but especially for a young hitter to take that borderline 2-2 and borderline 3-2 pitch.
And John Grenard will be removed from the hill. And the man taking the ball from him, his father. Grenard gets a standing ovation from the Wesclin fans. They know he gutted this one out. And Jared Keese will check into the ball game to do the pitching here for Wesclin.
Take a look at Keese. He's a right-hander, big man, 6'5", 250, an 18-year-old senior. He's appeared in 15 games for Wesclin with a 6-4 record, tossed 40 1/3 innings. He's given up 51 hits. That's a bit on the high side. 33 strikeouts, so he can get some strikeouts in his own right. 22 walks and a 5.21 earned run average. He comes in, and his job is to get out of a bases jammed situation.
Grennert comes back into the field. It appears if he will head over to first base, that's where he will go. He will take the place of Blake Hilms over there. Of course, Hilms was being hit for by Brian Meadows, so in this case, Jared Keese goes into the batting order. Not that that's necessarily going to matter here.
So 6-3 U-High. Base hit, puts it away. Wesclin gets another out, comes in unscathed. You might have some excitement in the 7th inning. Game's on the line right here, and it's in the hands of relief pitcher Jared Keese, and also in the hands of Tyler May, the hitter, who has a chance to really salt this one away with a base hit.
May 0 for 3, strikeout, fly out, ground out. Keese working from the full windup. And a good pitch to start. Actually, a pinch hitter here for the Pioneers. Batting now is number 8, who we do not have in our program.
The mystery man. They call it next door. Let's see.
If we can dig it up from another source.
We have 3 write-ins, if you will, but not number 8.
None of those. But no number 8 on their lineup card either, eh? Yep, sorry, young man.
Old number 8 at
Go
the
get
plate.
Him. And he may get a base hit. And he will. 1 run scores. Here comes the second. 2 more runs cross the plate. All 8 runs tonight for U-High have come with 2 outs.
Fastball on 0-2, center cut. And a nice job by that hitter, just getting his hands through the zone. Too much of the plate right there. I guess it was a hanging curveball by Keese. And extending the lead is U-High.
This entire inning came with 2 outs. A fly out and a line out started it. Single, walk, single. 2 runs in. 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, 2 in the sixth, an 8-3 lead for the Pioneers. Now stepping in, Travis Auer. Auer has a couple of hits from his 9th spot in the order tonight. There's a good fastball from Keese. Left fielder Brett Mamenga still playing quite deep. Ball's in the dirt. Eversgerd keeps it in front of him. Well, isn't it interesting? I mean, it's the game of baseball, and our first Class 2A semifinal today, Herscher lost 2-1 to Rock Island Alleman when Alleman scored twice in the bottom of the 6th inning. Herscher left 10 men on base, which meant they did not get that 2-out hit. And here we are in this other semifinal. Every one of the 8 runs have crossed the plate with 2 outs for U-High.
Yeah, that's the difference in the game of baseball is 2-out hits, 2 strike hits ever so important that previous one was as well. So you are able to execute in those situations. That's clutch baseball.
This will be an easy one for Quitmeyer. Steps on the bag and brings the inning to a close. However, University High from Normal scores twice. They get 2 hits. They leave 2. And they head to the top of the 7th. They need 3 outs, protecting a 5-run lead here in your 2A semis. With Alec Jones. Jones came on as a pinch hitter for Brian Meadows, a designated hitter, and the last time up, he got himself a single, eventually scored a run. That last time up came in the 5th inning. It's the last time the Warriors have scored. I talked about left on base and how Herscher left 10 men on base and didn't get that 2-out hit. Well, the other side, U-High, they've also left 10 men on, including 2 in each of the last 3 innings. However, it's what's happened prior to that final out that's mattered for U-High. 2-1 pitch to Jones. Hits this ball hard, but playing it very nicely is Solberg. Well, you can just see how good this outfield is for U-High. In fact, Normal West coach Chris Hawkins told head coach Jim Collins it's the best outfield that Normal West had played against all year, and that's something. Normal West, of course, playing all sorts of larger schools, and the first out of the inning retired by Solberg.
Yeah, they all 3 throw well. They all 3 run well. They're fundamentally sound, and they communicate well with each other at balls in the gap. So it's a very solid outfield defense, which is a pitcher's good buddy when you can stop balls in the alley and run balls down that would be base hits.
Chase Klein, a single and a run batted in today. He's there with 1 out. From the open stance, Dylan Farney delivers. Farney came out in relief with nobody out and a runner on base in the 5th inning, gave up a couple of singles, and then a ground out that scored a run. Well, once he got himself settled, he's been rock solid, retiring the last 5 batters he's faced.
Farney now 3-1, and he would be happy to give up a hit. Now, I'm not saying that, anything but a walk. He just wants to pour the ball down the middle and make the offense earn it right now.
Klein sees the count go to 3-2.
Always tell our pitchers anything but a base on balls. If they move the baseball on you, so be it. Tip your cap and move on to the next hitter.
Auer gets the nice high hop, and across he goes to Jacob Hendren. 2 gone. Now U-High 1 out away from playing in a state championship game for the first time since 1998, when they won it all, a 10-0 victory over Sullivan that season. That's the last time the Pioneers have made it to the state finals. Last man standing between them and that goal, Michael Klein, leadoff hitter for Wesclin.
See the green-clad U-High fans in the background on their feet.
There they are behind the home team dugout here at O'Brien Field. Right down the middle for Farney. To Klein. Line drive, sinking, base hit. Michael Klein keeps it going for Wesclin. 6th hit of the game for the Warriors. And Brett Mamenga will come to the plate. Mamenga single and scored a run, also drove in a run with a ground out. They will not hold Klein on at first base. Down to 3rd. Auer knocks it down, has a long throw, gets his man. And U-High will be playing for the state championship. They will take on Rock Island Ulliman as the Pioneers knock off Wesclin 8-3, scoring all 8 runs with 2 outs, 4 different innings with 2 runs apiece.
Nice play to finish a well-played ball game by U-High as Auer went to his backhand, knocked it down, and then just threw a rocket across the diamond to finish. There's the knockdown, goes to his feet, picks it up with a bare hand, and now just throws a seed across the diamond, which is the impetus to move U-High into the state championship tomorrow. Quality start by Ryan Newby and a quality save by Dylan Farney.
So our finals are set for tomorrow on IHSA.tv. And those you'll be making your way to Peoria. Your championship games in 1A will match the 38-1 Bulldogs from Effingham St. Anthony against the Tuscola Warriors. Tuscola coming in 24-13. That ball game to follow our third place game of Alton Marquette and Lena Winslow. And then in Class 2A, championship matchup. It will be a battle of the Pioneers. The 29-12 Rock Island Alleman Pioneers and the 28-10 U-High Pioneers. And that follows a third place game between Herscher and Wesclin. So the 6-game winning streak in the postseason comes to an end for Wesclin. The streak continues for U-High. Arian Worthman, a big part of that, the freshman, with the big day today. He takes a look at the board. He sees an 8-3 win, and he sees a chance to play for a state championship tomorrow. Well, we hope you enjoyed your coverage here of high school baseball from Peoria this morning, afternoon, and evening. We'll do it all again tomorrow beginning at 9 o'clock, our Class 1A third place game. Right us through the day, we'll crown a couple of champions. But here in Class 2A, in this one, your final score, Normal University High School 8, Trenton Wesclin 3. For everybody here at IHSA.tv and for my partner, Mark Lindo, I'm Dave Bernhardt. See you tomorrow. We'll crown some champions.